Hello, Eastern A. Sorry, my door was open. Hello, everybody. Uh, Happy Friday. It's Phil and Wilkerson and Whit back with another episode of Eastern Ace Conversations with Phil and Whit. I literally blanked out. It's Friday, y'all. It's beautiful outside. We have a special episode today about mentorship and the Mentorship Network. Just a few announcements I'd like to share, like we do at every beginning of every episode, is that, we're going to be talking about the Mentorship Network. Actually, if you're going to be attending the Eastern Ace Conference, they're going to be doing an actual presentation on the Mentorship Network in the Grand Ballroom on June 27th from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. And additionally, if you sign up now using the QR code, so you can probably use it now if you're watching this live or watching it later, after this presentation about the Mentorship Network, they're going to be hosting a dinner to connect right there on the spot, mentors and mentees together. But spots are limited, so please sign up via the QR code or just join the website, look at the website. But the QR code has all the details for that. And it's going to actually be taking place in the conference in Baltimore. So what better place to meet and connect with a mentor or a mentee than the conference? Just once again, if you're interested in a sponsorship, whether your organization, we also still have sponsorship available for college universities. We call it the Friends package or College and University Booster package. Here's a few universities that have already participated in that program. And it's just a great way to really foster Eastern ACE and show that your university is committed to this organization. We have a wonderful keynote speaker at the conference, so don't miss out. Be more and be more. Gigi Gilliard, Whitney's probably going to get on me again because I probably mispronounce it every single time. But this amazing speaker, innovative in regards to diversity, equity, and inclusion. I'm actually very excited. Maybe I'll meet her in person and she can correct me on how I pronounce her name. But going next, early bird. So please, if you're interested in the conference, please register for the conference before next week. So next Friday, which is April 28th. After that, the conference fee will go up. So those last minute registrations, get it in. I got a lot of announcements today. Marriott, make sure you take part. This is where we're going to be taking the conference is going to be taking place. So we still have a block of rooms here at the Marriott. So please, if you want to participate and be in the conference hotel, this is where we'll be, Baltimore Marriott Waterfront. And then I'm just going to say congrats to Natalie on her appointment to the board. Congrats to Gerald on his appointment to the board. And congrats to Amy for her position as our president-elect. Additionally, congrats to our award winners. Congrats to Michael Dunn and his office for the Excellence in Program Development Award. Congrats to Erica from University of Maryland College Park on Excellence in Program Development Innovation Award. Congrats to our Tribute Award, right here. Congrats to our second recipient, Donna Radcliffe. Shout out to her. Shout out to Virginia Tech, VA Stand Up. Shout out to my own colleague, Anna Libaton. Shout out to her as a rising star out of George Mason University. Shout out to Monique. It's one of my good friends from VCU, another person, VA Stand Up. I think VA is bringing it this year. Pretty proud of that. Shout out to Tracy for her Outstanding Member Award. And without further ado, I think there's a perfect segue. Shout out to my co-host. She didn't know I was going to do this, but shout out to my co-host, Whitney, on her Outstanding Member Award. I definitely think that you are very deserving of it, and I want to give you your flowers right now publicly. That is because of you and your partnership that this show is still going on, and I'm very excited for this episode. So without further ado, let me announce my co-host for this, bring her on screen, and she's going to introduce our guest for this wonderful episode.
Hi, Eastern Ace. How are we doing today? How you doing today, Phil?
Doing good. Thriving and surviving.
Thank you for the flowers. I greatly appreciate it. We don't get flowers all the time, so shout outs to me. But I did want to really quick say, I'm just going to second what you said earlier about registering for the conference. Early bird special ends next week on Friday. So please make sure that you register so you can get that discounted rate or whatever. Okay. So I am going to introduce our guest today. She's absolutely amazing, and she's going to be talking about internship. She's going to be talking about mentorship. And Phil, where did you go? You
No, I didn't
disappeared.
close the door again. It kept on creaking open.
You got a ghost in there. That's what I'm going to assume. I'm going to assume you got a ghost. All right, sorry. All right, I'm playing around. So yeah, let me not play around because I actually want her to talk about herself just a little bit, and I don't want to mess up her name. So I'm going to say Alicia McCormick, but if it's Alicia, don't judge me. Where's she at? Bring her on, Alicia. How you doing?
Hello, how's it going? It is Alicia, but that is okay. You are close. Thank you for having me.
You doing good?
I'm doing great, yeah. Happy it's Friday, almost at the end of the semester, so we're feeling good.
Ooh, I wish we had canned hand claps because that would be so great. Ooh, made it through the week, survivors. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I have been in higher education for almost 6 years now in a variety of different functional areas. I'm actually pretty new to career services. I just started in my first career education role this July at Suffolk University. I work in our Center for Career Equity, Development, and Success, where I serve as the assistant director for our STEM and sustainability career community. So essentially that means that I am working with all of the stakeholders who are connected to the STEM field. So advising students, working with employers in that industry area, as well as building relationships with alumni and faculty to form a really strong community for students to be successful and to thrive in their future careers. So that's a pretty new role to me. Started in July and got involved in Eastern EACE right away upon the recommendation of numerous colleagues who said, join Eastern EACE, join a committee. So I thought it would be a great opportunity to start building connections with folks in the field and to just get myself out there more. So I joined the mentorship subcommittee. And I was immediately drawn to that subcommittee specifically because in my previous role, I worked at Northeastern University in the honors program there. So I wasn't in career services, but it was more academic advising. And then another big part of my role is that I ran a mentorship program between students and alumni with about 300 people. So I got to really see in that position just the value of mentorship and being able to be that person who is helping bridge these gaps and make the connections for students and seeing how those relationships really blossomed over the year or multiple years that they were connecting with each other. So I thought it would be cool to, on the other side of it, support higher education professionals in their mentorship journeys. Because I think, especially those of us in higher ed, we are so focused on our students all the time that I think we often forget to take some energy and invest in ourselves in our professional development. So I thought it would be a great opportunity for me to get to support that within the Eastern EACE community.
I love that. I mean, I think that's a perfect segue because, like when someone is new to anything, like, new to an association, they try to get in where they fit in and they say, well, you know what, I've done this in my other roles before. This is a good segue in, right? And you said mentorship, I did this before. So with that being said, just as a very broad question, what does mentorship mean to you? Like, that you're gravitated to it. You did it with the honors college. You're doing it now with Eastern EACE. But what is that philosophy or what does that mean to you, mentorship?
Yeah, so I truly believe that we cannot learn and grow by ourselves. I think we need to form relationships, be in community with other people in order to develop ourselves both as professionals and, in our personal lives too. So I see that the value in connecting with other people allows you to see different perspectives, to kind of get outside yourself, and to have really that balance, I think, of both challenge and support. As we know from higher education and student development theory, I think having a mentor means having that, cheerleader in your corner who is going to support you, to inspire you, to instill that confidence in you that you need. And I know for me, that is definitely what I needed as I've blossomed in my career, is someone who believed in me, but then also that person who is able to challenge you to go outside your comfort zone and to help you to think differently or to take a risk in your career that maybe you wouldn't have done without that extra push from the mentor side. And then I think that mentorship relationships are absolutely reciprocal. They're not just the mentee learning from the mentor. I think that mentors have so much to gain and to learn from someone who they might be mentoring. So I think from both sides, it's about just opening yourself up, being really curious and authentic. I think you have to build a level of trust to be able to, I think, get to that position with someone where you're able to have a truly successful mentorship. But if you can do that, I think just the benefits are amazing. And I think mentorship is not just one thing. It can look different to every single person at different stages in their career, depending on what they need. I've had a lot of mentors throughout my career who have supported me in different ways, depending on what I needed in that moment. So being an undergrad, it was the staff who worked at my university who kind of inspired me to pursue a career in higher education, helped me with grad school applications, all of that. And then as I got into my career, people that I worked with really helping me to take that next step or make a career transition or giving me, like I said, that extra push that I needed. So I think that mentorship comes in a lot of forms and that we should have many mentors throughout our lives, not just one. So that's my philosophy on it.
Awesome. You said earlier that you can't learn and grow by, we can't learn and grow by ourselves. And I absolutely love that. I'm going to take that. I'll credit you, of course. I won't get it tatted and say it was my quote, but, I'm definitely going to, push that when I'm talking to, young professionals, as if I'm old, but young professionals coming into the space, as well as students. But, sometimes, things get a little difficult and you don't necessarily know how to approach someone when you want to, I guess, seek out mentorship. So how would you recommend individuals in general reach out to someone if they're looking for a mentor?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's definitely hard, especially when we're talking to students too. Like that term networking is such a scary word for so many people. And I wish it didn't have to be, but I think really just breaking it down and making it more approachable for whoever is seeking a mentor. So I think that initial outreach to someone that maybe you're interested in having as your mentor, that first conversation doesn't have to be, will you be my mentor, right? Because that feels kind of daunting and overwhelming. But I think just starting off with an ask for a conversation or a meeting to get to know one another and see if you click, if there's a connection there, if you share, values or interests or identities that would lead to a strong mentorship with each other. And then from that conversation, the person can, see where it goes and see if that individual might feel like a good fit for them as a mentor and kind of make that ask after there's been time to, feel each other out, right? A mentorship shouldn't be forced. I know sometimes in formal mentorship programs that can happen, and you never want it to feel that way, because the more natural it can be and the more that people can, like I said, build that trust with each other, the more successful and valuable the mentorship will be for everybody. So taking it in small steps, right? Not asking for too much all at once, and making sure that there is a true connection there between the two people before deciding to truly embark in a, more formal or defined mentorship. And I think even if it ends up being just one conversation and it doesn't move forward from there, that's okay too, because both people probably still learn something new from one another, and they're taking something away from that conversation. So trying to just ease the pressure from anyone who's looking for mentors, that it doesn't have to be so high stakes all the time. But just like you would in, networking, see where it goes. And if it leads to a mentorship, then that's great. And if not, that's okay too.
Wow. I mean, I'm shaking my head. I think you're just nailing it. And I think in regards to that, I think this is actually a perfect segue because we have a formalized mentorship program, which hopefully would alleviate some of that asking and connection building that Whitney brought about, that awkwardness. So can you share with us the formalized program that we have at Eastern EACE? And maybe we'll even pull up the screen and show them how to go through it. So maybe you share what it is, and then we'll give the viewers actual demo right now.
Yeah, sounds great. So within the Eastern EACE community and set of resources, we have a program called the Eastern EACE Mentor Network, which all members have access to and are welcome to join. And really, it is a way to build that stronger community amongst members and a way to more formally connect with one another and build those meaningful mentoring relationships outside of, maybe just meeting someone at the conference or through committees and things like that. So anyone can be a part of it. And what's great is that you can join at any time. You don't have to sign up for it right when you join Eastern EACE. You can be a part of it at any point during your time as a member. You can serve as both a mentor and a mentee, and you can basically take the relationship wherever you want to go. So the mentorship can last as short or as long as you want. You can engage in multiple mentorships. So it's really free flowing in terms of what your goals are, and what you want to get out of the program. So Phil has shared his screen, and we'll do a quick demo of how to actually join and then view members of the Mentor Network. And just to reiterate, we are not matching individuals with a mentor or a mentee. That's your job, to use this network to find an individual who would be a good fit for you. But it's a platform and a community to help you do that. So this is the main homepage of Eastern EACE. And what you'll do is you'll scroll over the resources tab at the top, and then you'll click 3 down where it says Mentor Network. Once you're on this page, you will see all of the information about the Mentor Network, some resources and guides that our team has created, and then you will see this orange button here to join the network. So once you click that, that will take you basically to your profile. Phil is already a member of the network, so his information has populated here already. But when you're doing this for the first time, you want to go through and answer these questions and check the boxes that apply to you. And then you'll see here where it says Mentor Network Involvement. You'll check whether you want to be a mentor or a mentee or both. You'll check your areas of interest. So we have these key topic areas. And then lastly, at the very bottom, you'll make sure to check this box to join the Mentor Network directory. You can always go back here and uncheck it when and if you decide you want to remove yourself from the directory. And then you go ahead and click submit. You will be added to the directory immediately, and then you can start searching the directory. So you'll click this Search the Network Now button, and this is where you can view anyone who has signed up to volunteer as a mentor or a mentee. So you'll scroll down to where we are on the screen, check the Mentor Network directory box, and then you will check the boxes based on what you're searching for. So are you searching for a mentor or a mentee? Are you looking for an entry-level or senior or mid-level professional? And then are there certain topic areas that you want your mentor or mentee to have expertise in? And if there's not, you don't have to check any of those. You can just search without topic areas. And then when you click search, it will show you all of the individuals in the directory who meet those criteria. You can click and view on their profiles. So now we see 29 mentors who meet the criteria that we selected here. When you click on their profile, you'll see all of their details. You can see their email address and reach out to them if you want to, like I said, have that intro meeting and see if you would be a good fit to work with one another. We do typically recommend that the mentees reach out to potential mentors. So think about what your goals are as a mentee. What kind of individual are you looking for? What are you hoping to gain from this mentorship? And see if there are people who might be a good fit in that directory, and think about reaching out to them.
I'm on mute. Awesome. Thank you for doing that walkthrough of it. I'm sure there are people out there, Eastern EACE members out there, that definitely needed that. So we appreciate it. So I know that, you spoke a little bit about the benefits of just having a mentor in general, right? So what are some benefits of Eastern EACE members having this mentoring community?
Absolutely. So I think there's a lot of great benefits to considering having a mentor or mentee through the Eastern EACE community. One is that it can really help you get outside of your own bubble. So it's easy for us to get caught up in our day-to-day work and the busyness of all of that. And having someone from outside of your actual institution can take you out of that bubble and kind of help you maybe reflect on things in a different way, or hear different ideas, or see what other institutions are doing, and really learn from people that you wouldn't have the opportunity to typically connect with in your day-to-day life. So that's a great benefit for sure. I think also, if you're going to be a member of Eastern EACE and you have access to this benefit, right, might as well take advantage of it and grow your network, grow your connections, and like I said, learn from people that you wouldn't have met otherwise. And then that's more people, right? More friendly faces at the conference, more friendly faces in, you know, the webinars and wherever you might be connecting with in the community. So that's a great benefit as well. And then, you know, that anyone who's in Eastern EACE, right, they're committed to our professional industry area, and they have different expertise and knowledge around topics you might want to learn about. So if there's maybe a specific project or a certain area of career services that you want to learn more about, or that you want to expand your skill set on, or want to get advice on, these are people in the community who have those skill sets, those experiences that can help you to learn and grow as a professional, and then people who share the same values of you as you, who can help you grow as a person as well.
I love that. And, you know, I like storytelling. You do a great job telling us some backstories and ways that you got involved. Can you share with us opportunity? I think one thing you shared that was really helpful was maybe that mentorship across identities and mentorship with shared identities. Do you have any examples where it's like mentor, mentee, regardless, you've learned from an individual that you mentored or was mentored, or you were a mentee of, that either shared your identities or didn't, and they brought some like new world perspectives to you?
Yeah, for sure. In my previous role, I got to supervise graduate assistants in our office. And I supervised an individual who was an international student at our institution. I personally am from the United States, so I'm not an international student. It's not a perspective or an identity that I hold, but it is one that I got to learn a lot about from her, serving as her supervisor. And she actually experienced some challenges with her immigration status and some issues due to various, paperwork issues and things that came up at the end of the year. And I was able to support her through that experience, make sure that from her graduate assistantship that she had, the support in place to navigate those challenges. Although, of course, I was not an expert on work authorization, I could walk her through and just be that person who is giving her support when she was going through a really challenging time. And then from my side, it helped me to understand some of those challenges and stresses that international students face. And now on the career advising side too, knowing how difficult that process can be and how overwhelming and confusing it is for international students who are looking to work in the United States, and just being able to empathize with them. So I learned a lot from that person that I supervised, and I'm glad that I had the opportunity to get to work with her, and I hope that I was able to, provide her with some comfort during that stressful time.
Awesome. So I'm going to ask you a question about the network again. So what are, I guess, some changes to the mentorship network that Eastern EACE members should be aware of?
Yeah, so the mentor network overall, I think, is fairly new. I actually don't know exactly when it officially started, but we're hoping to really just continue to expand it and put more scaffolding and support in place for individuals who want to be a part of it. So thinking about having more active communication with members of the network, sending monthly tips and reminders to those individuals, getting more feedback. So we did do our first survey earlier this year of individuals who are currently in the network to better understand their experience. And then we've also started to do some pushes in the newsletter, the Eastern EACE newsletter, for individuals to join the network, as well as, engagements like this. My colleague Diana did one of the Twitter chats as well. So just trying to raise that awareness for the program, whether that be people who have never heard of it or people who are part of it but didn't realize what they needed to do to take advantage of it. And then, like I said, I think that when it comes to mentorship, you want it to be natural, but there also needs to be support in place for individuals who are going to engage in more formal mentorship. So we hope that we can try to do that so that people are able to really take advantage of this great opportunity and feel like they have what they need and know what resources they can access to have a successful mentorship. So those are some of the changes. And then, as Phil mentioned before, we're doing the event at the conference. So that's a great opportunity if, you feel like just reaching out to someone through the directory maybe feels a little bit more overwhelming. You want it to be more personal. Come to that event at the conference so you can meet people in person, see who you connect with, and hopefully we'll continue to do that every year at the conference, or maybe even do some more virtual networking opportunities too, to help people to connect more and have that more personal side to the network as well. So look out for lots of, great things coming from the Mentor Network Committee, and we hope that you'll consider engaging and joining the program.
I love that. I love the fact that you're embedding it into the conference. If you've been on or listened to previous episodes, I think everyone has said that a relationship, and more specifically a mentorship relationship, came out of a conference. Someone pulled them aside and said, hey, I like, let's have a cup of coffee. And there's all these names, like people say, Walter pulled me aside, or the person I had, ate the lunch with. I didn't know that was going to be my mentor. So what is put on your crystal, put on your crystal ball. Like if you had the crystal ball and then you had that little, was it the future telling eye of Anubis? I don't know. I can't think of what's the thing, the Swami. Point is, if you had that, what would be the vision? Like, what do you envision happening at the conference? Like when you picture this, like take us through this story of that.
Yeah, definitely. So sadly, I cannot be at the conference, which is unfortunate because this, like I said, is my first year in Eastern EACE, but I do have another commitment at that time. But for my committee members who will be leading this event, there will be an opportunity to hear some success stories from mentors and mentees who have been a part of the network. So to kind of see where this could go for you, and then the opportunity to engage in some networking activities with one another. So we want it to be really exciting and engaging for individuals, right? Don't expect to just show up and sit there and listen. You're going to be talking to people, you're going to be meeting people, having those interactions and connections. So moving around a bunch, meeting new people, and we want it to be really vibrant and a mix of all different people that make up the Eastern EACE community, right? Like, don't just come if you're a newcomer. Like, we encourage those people, but if you've been in Eastern EACE for 20 years, come out to this event, right? Show your support and consider maybe being a mentor. We want to see all of those generations of the Eastern EACE community, people from all different types of institutions, because that's how we learn and grow, right? From talking to people who are different than us and who have different perspectives and different experiences. So we want that to be a vibrant and a diverse conversation between people of all different backgrounds and generations at this event, and then moving forward, continuing in the network too.
I love it. This has been one of a great episode learning. I'm a person of giving flowers while they're around, shout them out. Who has been someone, as you've been pulled into, this is a new experience for you, Eastern EACE, who's someone that's pulled you aside or virtually aside, if you haven't got that, really kind of served as a mentor in this organization and make you feel more a part of this community and engaged?
Yeah, definitely. I would say Diana Mendez, who is the current director, I guess you call it, of our mentoring subcommittee, has really led the charge for this group in making a lot of positive changes this year, and in keeping all of the members of our team accountable for taking action, right? So she pushed me to take the lead in scheduling this conversation with you, which I was really excited about, because I think on my own, I probably wouldn't have thought of that or had the confidence or comfort to do something like this. So getting that extra push from Diana to take the lead within the committee on this particular task, I think was helpful, and to see her leading our group with such ease and with the ability to make everyone feel comfortable and confident. I think that's something that has inspired me, and I hope that I can, continue to be involved in Eastern EACE in a lot of different ways and learn more from different members of the community, and hopefully attend next year's conference too.
Excellent. Well, I want to say thank you so much. I know you have a tight window. We have a tight window. So I'm going to take you off screen real quick, and then we're going to do some announcements and do one more shout out to the program. But thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
It's been great. And so, just without further ado, I'm just going back reverse order. Thank you to all these people. Thank you. Welcome to the board. But just make sure, last big announcements, registration next week closes, as well as make sure that you drop in. If you are attending the conference, please check out the QR code. Come out, as our guest said, seasoned or not, all spectrums of experience. We want you there because this could be a great way to incorporate mentorship in our organization. So please come out, whether you've been a member for many years or you're new. Please come out to this event to learn about mentorship, the Mentorship Network, and take full advantage. Thank you so much. This is our show, and be on the lookout for more future shows in the future months.